Good morning, libtards. See, libtards. All right. We're not going to go back in time. It's not March. It is May 4th. I know yesterday I was a couple months off, but it happens. No, it really doesn't. I just said the wrong thing. See, we don't lie on purpose. Sometimes we're just wrong. And we'll admit it when we're wrong. So, yes, it's May, not March. Unless you're watching an older video. But see, sometimes we just get a little confused in all the months, and we're all locked at home, right, Woodman? Brother?
You know it, brother. Yep. Of course, no, I took advantage of it. I've had a lot of fun days here lately. A lot of family. That's just tremendous, man. You can't put a price
Yes.
tag on family, that's for sure,
No, you cannot. And
Yeah.
take advantage of that, folks. Good times
Oh, hey,
and
I got something to show everybody. It's that time of year. I had a guest come over yesterday and gave me a few things. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they are black morel mushrooms. Yummy,
ooh,
yummy, yummy.
those are some of
Oh yeah.
the like considered the caviar mushroom. They don't grow everywhere, and they're kind of actually hard to. I don't think they could reproduce those. They kind of happen organically or naturally out in the. They can't manufacture the spore or something. They can only.
They have kits, but I don't know how well they work.
Gotcha.
You can't fool Mother Nature, everybody. That's for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know if a lot of you or any of you even like mushrooms like that, but those are some of the ones that are more, thought after, or people are considered
Well, they're
like
high
the
priced.
filet mignon of mushroom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. They can go up to like $60 a pound. Just to let you
Yeah.
know, that's what a commodity.
And there's some years where
But,
there's very few because of the temps or whatnot. Everything's kind of got to be right with mushroom, right, Woodman?
yes, sir. Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right. So I'm just gonna kind of do some Monday morning news flow, see what's going on, what's breaking. We're expecting a huge revelations this week. I know Woodman's favorite candidate Biden is not doing so well. You had picked him early on, right, Woodman? Why don't we talk about
Yeah,
that?
right. He's my number one guy. He is my
So
number one guy.
maybe you'll come over for the Trump's team now. That Biden's not looking so hot, and
Yeah.
no, we're just
Way
messing.
Biden's going, he might jump on board too. You never know. He doesn't know where
Yeah.
he's at.
I think like I said, I think he already thinks the election happened. I think he thinks he's president now.
It's crazy.
That one meme was the funniest. Great reality show would just be to shove this dude in some makeshift mock White House and tell him that he did win, and just have like cameras all over the place and let him come to podiums and think he's doing things, and just give him the
Hollywood.
illusion.
Yeah. Hollywood, man. Hollywood.
I mean, that's what's happening now. You can't get much more
Yeah.
real than the real life following him around with cameras and the misquotes and misstatements. And I mean, he's already confirmed that he's going to vote for Trump himself and things like that. And now listen here, we can't beat him. We need to join him. He says
Yeah.
things like,
Yeah.
and the audience is
Yeah.
like, boo, wait, what did he just say? He didn't mean that. Yeah, it's
By
getting
the way, I
wild.
did I did like that little picture you showed of uh, Hillary with that little mask on.
Oh,
Uh, yeah. No orange suit.
that
Yeah,
was
whatever,
great.
man. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let me look at a few things here real quick, you guys. See if I can't help my machine here. All right, there we go.
Nova Scotia. Good morning to you and the
Good
UK.
morning. Nova Scotia is in the house. Pop 2020, good morning. Jeep, oops.
Oloy, I don't know.
It's early. Yeah, that's
Oloy.
what a lot of people are saying. I'm thinking like, wow, I'm seeing like 120, maybe 130 in the room. Chats are steadily just kind of, everyone's just waking up. Yeah, we went early. I was texting people at, I think, 6:30, 6:15. Anyone up? I want to go.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
scheduled for 9:30, but we're just going. Who cares? I got up, I went to bed too early is what it was, folks. So we wanted to, all right, so boom. I did see this one yesterday. Maria Barta, I can never say her name.
I can't say it either.
Bartaromoma. When I hear it, it sounds great. So Maria nails Lindsey Graham for lying to the American public about calling in deep state criminals to testify. I don't know. I think he knows that there's something bigger happening and it sucks. People are like, no, no, that's not how it works. Like any other time, one for one, you should be calling in. But we know Durham is doing a huge investigation. It's kind of like unprecedented investigation that's never happened before. This is why most people say nothing's going to happen because nothing ever happens before. Well, there's also never been the I'm sure there's been treason within our government and all those little dealings and things happening with people in government working with overseas people, but it's never been called out. So by like Trump or somebody of president statue. So there's this investigation going on. So I think those things wouldn't have really got anywhere, folks. They would have hindered. They would have hindered, or I don't know how to put it. You already have something bigger going on, so you can't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard. It's a hard subject to talk. I don't trust Graham. I really don't. I do
Yeah,
understand that
at this point, I don't
if
either.
you jump, yeah,
I know. I
if you
think he
jump too
says good
soon,
things sometimes, but yeah.
yeah,
But go
yeah.
ahead, man. If
I
you
think
jump too
when you jump too soon,
without your parachute,
sometimes yeah, right. You you end up omitting some other things you could have got. So if you hang on, the longer you can hang on, you can start adding up all those crimes and do it properly. If they do it right, that's the only way they can do it and pull it off correctly. But I really don't trust Graham. He's a talker. That's
oh,
all he is. He's been talking, 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 talking. Now I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And everybody's like going, "Yeah, man, you get him," and nothing happens.
well,
So
he said he'd call in these people and he hasn't. So what I'm saying is this: let's say you work for this is just a hyper thing. You work for the FBI or you're working for the CIA. I'm working for the FBI. We're both like you're following some foreign guy and I'm following, a local guy. I don't know, whoever has jurisdiction, but I'm like onto this local guy. And, the FBI is kind of horning in on this guy. You're working with the CIA with some foreign asset. Well, these two guys, the foreign guy that you're working for the CIA, ends up interacting with the guy I'm following from the United States. And they interact. So now without knowing that this guy's under surveillance, this other guy that comes into the picture, but you're following him. And then it leads you on to this American guy. And you're like, ooh, this foreign guy we're following ends up having a tie. Now we got to look into this American guy or whatever. And, and that's happened in the past. And things have gotten blown. Covers, jobs, 2-year investigations because of the other group maybe arresting. And, sometimes it works out. They get these people detained. They pick up the one guy they're getting ready to anyway, and then they get the other guy. And then in the secret rooms back at the police station or the detain rooms, they're like, I work for the CIA or something. Or they're not allowed to tell. They're a confidential informant, and they have to sit there kind of, I need to call my lawyer. And hopefully that works out. And then, but we see even with when they do find that information out, sometimes they don't even care. That's what happened with Papadopoulos or Carter Page. Was working for the CIA, and the FBI was following this Russian guy that ended up going to some place
yeah,
in New York, meeting with him, and then they didn't want to believe it. I kept calling them, emailing, are you sure he works for you guys? Yes, he's on our payroll. We're just not going to put that in anyway. That really doesn't work for us. So sometimes, you got the agencies doing the rogue thing. So I don't know the whole story on the shell of it. If I just sit here and I didn't know much, I'd say, yeah, Lindsey Graham's total blah, blah, blah. He's done nothing. He keeps talking about this, but maybe he's a little aware that there's I mean, if we're aware out here, like Lindsey, hopefully he knows what we know. If this is what boggles the minds of most people, just like Shift when he had the exact same paperwork available to him 3 years ago, Woodman, Devin Nunes, looked at that same paperwork and came to the determination the FBI did a lot of bad things, and he was screaming about it. Shifty Shift was like, I want him pulled off the Intel committee for Congress. I can't, the oversight. This is bullcrap. We waited 3 years, more games went by, and then it came out, and Shift's like, well, now that we know what we know today, because, we went to court and we heard it all of us together. And it's like, well, no, dude, you knew that. But yet he wanted to act like, well, that's private. Nobody knows that yet, so I'm going to act a certain way in public. And then when it comes out, he's like, no, now that we all know that. And he's like, well, how did Nunes know? Well, he must have read the stuff that I was able to, but this is where we don't know. It's a shifty game. This is what these people rely on, folks. Me and Ben had said that. It's like, it's almost like these people, if something isn't out in the public sector, they'll act like it does not exist and go as far as to try to point you in the other way of the truth. And then once that comes out, they're like, well, who could have known? They sit there and act as dumb as your neighbor, and you're like, well, damn, dude, we got you voted up there in that position to do the oversight. If it comes out to the public and we all have to wait for that, then we could all do your damn job. It just doesn't make sense. The logic
Well, that
of it.
plus is so deep. Also, it's just it's like the swamp. Great terminology for that. The swamp. It's deep. It's really rooted deep, and they've been doing it for God, how many years now? Holy cow! That's just that we know of, or we can always imagine has been going on. Because you're never gonna know, Mike. We'll never know, Mike. When we pass away and get in front of God, well, I'm sure we'll find out what's going on for real. It's the only time it's going to happen that way. So, designed that way, man. Designed that way. We have a corrupt government, and we're trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Constitution.
These are just men. They're just men that walk the earth, and we're trying to, all right, I was just testing that to make sure I got that right. Looks good. And there's mine.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So we're looking good. We're looking good as far as camera views. So I think Lindsey is a pretender to be on Trump's team. I don't trust him. I can almost agree with that. Most of these people that are on Trump's team have been around, Woodman. Yeah. Most of these people. So some people are going, well, I think he's good. He's been around 20 years, but I think he's a good guy on Trump's team. This other guy, he's been around 25 years, and I don't think he's good. I can't pretend to know all the connection and who's playing roles. I think when we've been told we've been watching a movie, that means there are people that are designed possibly to make us angry at them because it appears they're not doing the right thing. And then just like the others, people are like, what was this? Trust Ray. Like we got that early on from, Q. And if there's been lots of great articles or that, and then, it's like, well, we can either trust that he's going to jail or we can trust that he played a role or did the right thing or appeared to be. Well, what was his role? To sit there and do nothing? I can't answer that because I don't know. Like some of it isn't logical to me, so I'll stick with that guy needs to be locked up or fired at a minimum. It just depends on the extent of the role in not doing the right thing. All right, we know just knowing things sometimes is complicit in the government. I mean, hell, they can get people out on the civilian sector for plotting things and conspiring two or more people to commit a felony and never do it. You conspired, you talked about it, you were making plans. Well, hell, that can apply to them in several angles as well. Did you ever make that deal with Iran? No, I talked a lot with their government officials about doing some subversive things, but we never did it. Well, you conspired. So it doesn't just work.
You were there. You were there. Oh yeah, bean juice, everybody. Bean juice. What'd you read? What'd you...
Oh, shoot. This is a good one. Michigan pilot gives a special FU shout out to the tyrannical Governor Whitmer from his plane. So he did a flight path here from near Grand Rapids to the other end of looks like the county, and he did a FU in the
Wow.
aerospace. That's
All
great.
right.
That's great.
That is.
See here. So hero Ed Frederick, 45, spent about an hour charting a path over the Grand Rapids area that spelled out his message for Governor Gretchen Whitmer, F.U., with an arrow pointing directly over the governor's mansion.
Oh, that's too good.
That is just great.
You can't make this stuff
Hero.
up, man.
My hero. People laughing. We're going to laugh with them as we do a little bit of dumpster diving here. Proving once again that pilots have giant brass balls.
Yes,
Are we sure that's an arrow? Can't be true. MSN said this week they couldn't find a person in Michigan who didn't love her warm hugs and dirty jokes.
Whatever.
Don't you love that lunchroom mom quality? I'm out here trying to save the lives of millions of Michiganders, and these nuts havoc Nazi flags and guns.
God, man.
Jeez. Woo! That is
I guess.
great. That's great, Woodman.
You know
Pilots
it.
are the best. An arrow for sure. An arrow. Epic. Ha ha ha. Good one for Ed. Goals. Warms my heart. Pure awesomeness.
You know it. You know it.
Oh, what would have been funnier if the governor had the National Guard shoot down that moron? That's what this guy put.
Oh, God. God.
Jeez.
You betcha. God. Oh, man. Play fair now. He didn't drop a bomb on her house or nothing. He just did a flyover.
Yeah. Jeez. These people are
You
sick.
don't have to look at
These people
don't look
are
at the
sick.
sky. If you don't like what you're looking at, don't look at the sky.
Yeah, if you don't like it, don't look up.
You've got that option.
The
Yeah,
Michigan
yours.
governor on Sunday smeared all of the lockdown protesters as neo-Nazis waving Confederate flags. That's what she called them all, the ones that went up there.
She did.
She doesn't take
She really
criticism well. She doesn't take it well at all. A frustrated Michigan pilot flew an FU pattern over Grand Rapids to spell out his message to the Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer, about her lockdown order. Like, people are like, we don't want people doing like that. Like, the Navy had the pilots that did the balls and the thing, remember? You remember that one?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they got, like, let go, kicked out, or something. Like, grounded, couldn't fly for the rest of their careers. And I'm sure something,
Kind of makes you.
yeah, you can't
Kinda
be
makes you
doing
wonder
that
what-
stuff. Like, nobody would have known he did a FU pattern unless he probably got home, got done, and put it out there. Like, look at my coordinates. And people are like, oh, wow, kind of does spell that out. It's not like he was releasing chemtrail behind him to, or the clock, the way they'd spell stuff for people on the beach. Happy birthday, my wife, He just did the flight pattern of this, wasted his own gas, basically, and did this.
Well, what gets me is pilots have to submit a flight, a planned flight pattern for whenever they're going to be in the
Yes.
sky. So he submitted that, and evidently everybody above him thought, well, that's pretty nice, we'll let him go out and see what he can do. And, if he pulls it off, great, because otherwise they don't have to let him do that flight pattern, people. I mean, they submit those flight patterns so people don't crash in the sky, pretty important thing, man. I think they must have liked it. Otherwise, they'd have said something to him. My opinion only, of course,
There we go. Got the chat
Hats
by
off
itself.
to him. Yeah. Hats
So-
off to him. Salute
No, yeah.
that man.
So now he had said Friday morning, Frederick said he was inspired to take the trip in his propeller plane Friday morning after Whitmer announced she would be extending the state's stay-at-home order through May 28th. It's a power trip, Frederick told the New York Post. The government, no matter Democrats or Republican, always seem like they are trying to do something just to prove they can do something without weight and the ramifications of their actions. I agree with this guy. Frederick, who lives just outside of Grand Rapids, said he is a small business owner, along with his sister, and thought a shutdown was unnecessary for the entire state, considering how most of the cases were clustered around the Detroit area. So, guy has a valid point.
Yep.
What's going on? We got JT Wild in the room.
Ooh,
what is
he's
up,
early.
Face? Is that our? I think we got Face in the room. I know it's early, you guys. We just kind of, spur of the moment. So yes, this pilot spells FU. That is a great little story for this morning. Awesome. FU to the governor of Michigan by flight path. Let's see what else we can find. Crazed Democrat Governor Gavin Newsom closes parks, including... So, well, real quick on the Michigan story, I was reading. I mean, people are upset. They banned seeds, flags. If your store's over 50,000 square foot or whatever it was, like big box stores, Lowell's or whatever, they had to shut down their plants. And she put out, you just don't need that stuff. And then they kind of go into, well, is food essential? They've deemed food essential. So now that makes more people have to go to the store to buy something when you could have maybe grew it. And you have to get things out around this time of year. And this happens to be going on right now. But they did not ban the sales of alcohol, lotto tickets, or weed, which are separate stores. I mean, literally, you have to go, well, that's medicine. So, medicine versus food that you could grow. So it doesn't quite make sense. It just really doesn't, Woodman. I think people are getting upset.
Maybe somebody ought to give her a coloring book and get down to her level. I don't know. You can't do that to people, Mike. You really cannot do this to people. It's against the Constitution. You cannot. The government, that's communism. The government cannot tell you what you can and cannot do in that manner. I mean, that's just, to lock yourself in a house, whatever, man, and for the reason, look, let her clean up her own state and clean it up, not mess around with people's heads anymore. That's crazy.
No, I know. I know a lot of people
crazy.
Don't trust Mike Pompeo either, trust Kansas. That's where he's from. And we were told that, trust Kansas. Well, we know he's the head of the State Department. Before that little gig there, they had shoved him over to the head of, he's the head of the CIA. So he got to be over there for a little while. And that's what I still find interesting. I think I'm going to work on that video today again, bring it back out when just about a month, right around the time this all broke out, the whole coronavirus. He had just did that whole meeting with all the governors. Remember, Woodman, where he sat there,
yes, sir.
Got the list, and you guys have been doing bad things.
He does. Yeah, he knows who the bad players are.
And you're seeing it more now with this whole urge of a shutdown that, he said they came to him, Trump. We got the video proof of Nancy Pelosi right when this came out. I think it was on yesterday. Was it yesterday or Saturday? She went on to Mike Wallace, or not Mike Wallace. That's, the guy on Fox News. Mike, is it Wallace? Yeah, whatever, Wallace. But he asked her. He's like, well, you've hit up Trump on this. Now here's a video of you early on. We believe that this is the date, January 24th or something. And she goes, I know on this date you delivered articles of impeachment. You after holding them for 2 weeks, right, on this weird little skeptical holding. And she's sitting there all getting twinged out, and he shows a video of her walking down in Chinatown. He's just talking really quick to start. Oh, we got Pelosi here. I'm going to show you this. And she didn't have a minute. And she's like, and he shows the video.
She was mad.
Shows the video of her. She's like, yeah, see, it's all fine down here, folks. Yeah, I'm in Chinatown, and come on down, like encouraging people to come out and get sicker if there was something going on. And he went back and said, "What do you think about that? Because you guys are attacking Trump for early on." She's like, "Well, that's different. That was to fight all the racism going on about it was China people, and Trump was talking about China overseas, the lab, not Chinatown in L.A. or whatever the hell you were." And she's down there in Chinatown acting like there's nothing going on. She was doing the same thing early on, like there's nothing going on here. She sat there and lied yesterday. Like, that's not what I meant. I was there to help fight the systemic racism going on. It was a lie. There was no racism. There was no.
Well, they're good
Dude,
at
these
that.
people. Yeah, Chris Wallace. What was I saying? Was I saying Chris or Mark
I
or
think you
Mike?
were.
I don't know what the hell I was saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Chris Wallace. There
And she
was
got
the
mad,
older
man. She was
Wallace, wasn't
chomping at her. She was wearing out her jaw on that one, man. Like she was wanting to go ahead and spit nails or lightning bolts or something. But it's what happens when you get caught. I mean,
Hey, does
you
anyone
can't
know
lie out
about
of it.
Grilling, by the way? I think I heard yesterday he was like, I hope he gets better. Is he just down, feeling under the weather? Can we get a confirmation on that? And if so, Grilling, get better, brother.
Yeah,
Miss
no
having you
doubt.
here, modding, holding it down like you normally do. But hey, relax. The other mods got it.
Yeah,
No
we got the
issues.
best mods in the world on this channel. I'm telling you right now, this is they're amazing.
I
Truly
agree.
amazing.
Let's take a vote. Do we have the best mods? All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Aye, 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 aye.
Aye.
Count me 10. Count me 10.
Let me see.
Yeah, they
Where
do a
we at?
great job. And it's good to see JT. I can't believe he's up this early. That's great, man. Of course, he did a show either yesterday or the day before, and it was only like for 10 or 12 minutes to kind of cut him off or something. So,
Yeah. I've been getting the worst speed since I've started this channel, and I believe it's because everyone's at home. They've talked about juicing everyone's speed up, or people that have the lower amount of internet, you're going to get a better amount because everyone's at home, everyone's using. Well, I've already had super high amounts. I pay basically the highest amounts with the cable company, to get their highest package, and I've been basically down. It's like, man, maybe I should call and lessen my thing, and then they'll give me more because that's what they're doing for everyone else. If you're getting the minimal, they're going to give you this more. We're going to up you because you want to make sure everyone's got stable. Mine's come down. It's like I had to give some away to make sure everyone else could get to that better level. I'm not hurting for any speeds. It's just I'm not getting what I pay for. I know that.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. So all right, we're gonna
Well, I don't know.
keep digging.
We had a good time watching you guys, you and Ben yesterday, and Greg. It's great having the family here, and visitors, friends.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I turn the computer on. I'm showing these guys, like, wow, that's just amazing, man. So we got a few more climbed on board yesterday. So that was really nice. You guys
Would
done
you,
a good show.
you guys are able to watch that, were you?
Yeah, yep.
So here we go. We got May the 4th be with you. Oh yeah,
All right.
It's May the
Nice job,
4th.
Face.
That's a good one. I've heard that years ago. Jenna Jameson, General Flynn. She's awoke now. The president said in front of the Lincoln Memorial that he thinks he's been treated worse than Lincoln. Concast. That's who I have. Concast. Talking about our. So do you, Woodman.
Yes, I do. Concast.
That's what
Not
Trump calls it.
Comcast. Well, look, they're all. I don't know how we're going to pull anything off here pretty soon because they're all owned by pretty much 6
Comcast.
different people. I mean, what route do we go now? Because we're gonna have to choose something other than YouTube also, and they're all going nuts. So
Joshua Cross here. Talking about Trumpster. See, folks, you can actually see these. What do they call those? Where you look at to get your because I don't.
prompters,
Yeah, there you go. See, I don't
prompters,
have one
yeah.
over here, so I don't know what they're called.
You
Just
need somebody to
joking.
stand in front of you and hold up little boards.
A little bit of Juanita. I thought I was following her. Filled flight. So while I was doing, like, sometimes coming onto Twitter, there's been a few times I've been, like, I know, remember 8 months ago, I don't know, George, there's probably several fake accounts. You're always wanting to look for the blue, but they're, sometimes when you're on, you'll see that others are following you back. And it's like, you don't know how long. I don't know much about Twitter, but that's when I found, like, Barbara Flynn was following the Patriot Hours account back. And I'm like, whoa, that's the sister of Mike Flynn. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hello, John Hook. I see you're up in the chat.
What's up, brother?
Ooh,
There you
JT
go.
Wild must know when he's coming back.
Teleprompter. It's going to tell you
Yeah.
if you're 16.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you hear about JT? We're kind of wondering when he's going to come back. We need to
What
get him on
happened?
the show again.
Yeah. We can get him on.
Yeah.
I know tonight I got, wait, is it tonight? I'm booked this evening, but we can have him on any day this week, sometime in the morning or afternoon. I got, if everything goes well, folks, I think I got a show tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. So Tuesday and Wednesday are here on the Patriot Hours channel, and then Thursday. But I'll know more on that tomorrow night when I have the guest on tomorrow. Will be he'll probably, if he knows it, the time, he'll announce it. I said I'm available Thursday, but if that works out with the other channels or the other people that I'm going to be on with, so it's up to them to get back to me on that other show. All right, again, I'm just we're going to look at a few more articles here, folks. I'm going to get Woodman's. There you go. You're engaged there, brother.
All right.
I just can't get over this Chris Cuomo either real quick. You guys, I just can't take it. His brother's a governor in New York, Andrew Cuomo. And then you got Chris, the one in the basement from CNN, sitting there telling people, stay home, just stay home, do your job. People that aren't even sick, stay home. But yet he leaves. And then these people ignore it. So I don't know. I don't get it,
Yeah.
According to that guy on the normal bike, he comes screaming like,
the guy up on the bike.
yeah, what do you know about this? And the guy's like, aren't you Chris Cuomo? Aren't you sick and aren't you supposed to be at home? And what do you know about this, man? And it's like, dude, I listen to the TV. I hear your dumb brother telling me all about it. And your own brother, who are you and what do you know about this whole thing, man? It's like, that's what
The bops.
dude, I watch your show. That's what I would have threw it all back in his face. I watch our show. You just got, I think a half hour ago I was watching you. It was pre-recorded, but hey, it said, recorded from last night. You said stay home. What do you know, man?
When Kumo makes his supposedly, making his grand entrance from the basement to the normal life,
that was a week after being caught out too, finally
like,
out of the
brushing
basement.
off the sweat. Oh man, well, yeah, back up to normal life, yeah, whatever, whatever.
And dude's lost all credibility.
Well, they all have.
Yeah, it's all show, and I think the weights that he lifts is equal show. It's probably filled with air instead of sand. I mean, helium. I think he's just
Oh, they're both characters.
He acts like he wants
they
to
get
get
the
out of
job.
the CNN game so he can kick ass. That's basically what he went on that show and said.
Wow.
But he's probably just going to end up getting
down.
his ass kicked, is what it would be.
Yeah.
Because
Come
the
on
odds
down.
of law,
Come on Come on down. I'm waiting for you.
the time is right.
That's right.
It's like, hey, when this world opens back up, man, I'm going to kick your ass. Anyone heard that one yet? I put it on Twitter yesterday. It came to me. I was driving, because there was always back in the day, like I can remember back to high school or just times like, man, if I wasn't on probation, people would say that, if I wasn't on probation, I'd kick your ass. Like that's what's holding them back. Normally it's somebody else like, no, do it, man, don't do it. And somebody's trying to get over that. Get it, let me go, man, let me get him. But if there ain't that buddy of yours holding you back, then it's the man. If I wasn't already in trouble with the law and facing 3 to 5, I'd kick your ass, man. You're lucky. And people are like, no, dude, you know, you're just talking. Go ahead, you know, do it. And they're there, and they're like, you're so lucky. If I wasn't on probation. Now it's, you know, when the world opens back up and I can get to you, I'm gonna kick your butt, man. I don't know if anyone's used that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, him and Lemon, I'll tell you, well, I don't. Just, how'd they get their job? They had to pay for it somehow, somewhere along the line. They're sure taking the news to a different level, that's for sure.
Okay,
the last 20 years have just.
Yeah. No, keep going, Woodman. If you have.
Yeah.
President Trump piles on after Pete. All right, we're not going to look into those. I'm looking at these two. The mayor on both. So we know she's trying to go for VP. Biden's, VP, right? I think he already put her in like the hat draw like a while ago. Like, oh, you know, she's good. So she heard that.
She blew that.
What do you mean?
Well, by doing that other extension, I thought she blew it. She's not going to be.
Why? This is what Biden wants. Like she's playing right into his pocket. Joe Biden is who he is. Tyrannical Governor Whitmer backs Joe Biden because there is no pattern that goes into this. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer went on CNN's Jake Tapper on Sunday morning. Controversial Democratic Governor Gretchen echoed Nancy Pelosi when asked about Tara Reade's allegations against Joe. Whitmer says she believes Joe Biden because Joe Biden is who he is and who he says he is. Wow, this is just great. I don't understand the logic of these people because, you guys, it's like they do it every time. Like, well, there they go. They had Joe on, and they're like, so did you do this? Absolutely not. I just wouldn't. So no. And then people are like, oh, there you have it. It's like, hey, did you hear about and that's how it works. It's like, hey, did you hear about Joe Biden? That lady yeah, I know, but he said no. Yeah, I know. I heard that too. Well, hell, when they Trump-Russia collusion, he screamed no for 3 years. Nobody believed that. Well, we don't believe his no's. Biden, different. I just want people to have consistency, like.
Yeah. Well, they are. Rotten.
Consistently morons.
Consistently rotten.
Yeah. Consistently wrong. Yeah. Consistently moron.
Well, they've lied since they've been in government. All these years they've been lying. They've been lying. They're really good at it, man. Hollywood has went from California or wherever they have those big studios to the D.C. area. That's the Hollywood. It's what it is.
They probably have to reintroduce themselves to Biden every time they meet him.
Hi, you remember? I'm your neighbor, Frank,
Governor of Jersey, right? Well, I'm Whitmer. I'm from Michigan.
Yeah. Well, they'll have little name tags on their shirt for him, like. Yeah. That's what Joe's going to be familiar with right there. Touchy-feely. He'll never live that one down.
No, and then they're making that normal, Woodman. I was watching the spin on that last night. Like, well, we all have the one family member in our family, the aunt or the grandpa, the one that's touchy, and that's Joe, and it's just him, and that's now in this day and age, they just make all the excuses for it,
Yeah,
he could literally be caught. Doing something real horrible, and they'd probably.
I know Joe Biden, and I've watched.
Can you hear that, Woodman?
And there's not a pattern that goes into this, and I think that for these reasons, I'm very comfortable that Joe Biden is who he says he is. He's and you know what? And that's all I'm going to say about it. I really.
Well, maybe
that's all we're going to say about it. No, that's it. We're done. That's all we're going to say about it. Not sure.
Yeah, she just likes a touchy-feely guy, probably because she can't get none at home. I don't know. Heck, I don't know, man.
Well, it's like it's the Alyssa Milano, you know, this an actor, nobody real important, but she, you know, was like, he's never touched me. So it's like, this man is accused of rape. He never raped me, Your Honor. So he's. Did Kavanaugh ever rape you, Alyssa? You know, no, but he was guilty. So there you go. You know, the difference in that too. You know, the Kavanaugh was a decade before this Biden one in '93 or '92. His was like '82. But, you know, the lady that was like, you know, I was there, I was at this party, you were there, you were there, you were there, and nobody remembers the party. There wasn't anyone that was like, yeah, you know, it was like nobody remembered it. No, like everything was just her story. And she brought other people into it. Where this one here, like back in '93, the lady's mom called into Larry King Live. That's all come out now. Like, I was the one that called in anonymous back then in '93. Here's the story, exact storyline of what's. There's a couple of neighbors. The one neighbor doesn't even like Trump and is going to be voting for Biden regardless of all this, she said, even, you know, publicly. But she said, no, though, this is what she had told me back then. So there's a neighbor from 20 years ago that remembers this lady's story. And the neighbor lady that's talking on this, they're not like neighbors anymore, but she said, I'm still voting for Biden but this is what this lady told me all those years ago when this man was just a senator. So, of course, that's brought back up, you know.
Weren't there 4 people involved in that, remembering or whatever?
Yeah, there's a lot more credibility already jumping off the gate than there ever was for the Kavanaugh. But, you know, everyone's acting different this time. Like, well, I just, you know, I've heard as far as, you know, it's still better than Trump. That's how convinced they are. So you'd rather have literally, it's like, well, I don't know if he did that or not. You know, he's never touched me. Yeah. And they're just making all kinds of wild excuses to let him, you know, get the pass. Of course they are. That's how they work.
They have to.
That's our only choice. Or, you know, we know there's a game possibly being played. This is how the Democratic Party will throw him right on another bus. They don't care. They eat their own in that party. They would slit the necks of their own mothers, most likely, to get $1 out of her purse.
You know it.
So don't trust the weasels. I don't trust most politicians. I'm not falling into the guys. I never have, folks. I'm always, don't be any party. It's a lot easier to watch the thing where we are the watchers of our corruption going on in small, you know, not small. It's kind of run amok in the DC area. You know, we like to consider ourselves constitutionalists. We set back. I do line up a lot more with the Republican Party due to border, their stance on border. Not all Republicans, but some, the conservatives. The border issues, the sovereignty, our gun rights, do not line up with the left whatsoever on those issues. They don't want borders. They don't want guns. They don't want free speech. So I don't like that.
They want one world order, and I don't want that either, you know.
It's not good.
Don't want that.
It's not good for business. All right, we're gonna.
Well, people are mad about the lockdown. Wait to see what happens if it goes, you know, sour the other way. Wait and see what their opinion's going to be then. It'll be too late. You can't change it then. It's already in play. Oh,
that's right. Well, it's that time.
All right, Jay Crapper, year-haw. All right.
I'm just going to let Woodman do some shotting out. That way it's not overly going over each other like we normally do. I guess that's horrible for some people.
I'm sorry about that. There's so many of them come flying by, you know. Of course, it's not flying by real quick today.
I see that.
Anderson Cooper had a baby. He doesn't need it. Hope he doesn't need it.
Are you serious, Cooper?
Ohio.
How's he have a baby? Did they adopt one? 2 men adopted one? Because he's not married to a woman, I didn't think.
I don't know. Face is the one who put it up there.
Is that true, Face?
Oh, I've messed that up, Woodman, she says. I don't know. What's she going on about? Marion, Indiana. I've been down to that VA hospital. Oh, yeah.
I guess it's not too bad today.
It's not bad at all.
Is it moving at all or just very little?
Not just very little.
That's good. I'm getting all kinds of glitch over here, so I gotta.
Cheers from Germany. Hello, Germany. Great to see you across
I
the
thought you
pond.
said tears from Germany, but cheers.
Oh, cheers, yeah.
Gotcha.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Toronto, Canada.
Have you ever been to
Bush
New
is
Hampshire?
from Germany.
I've never been to New Hampshire, Mike. Or, yeah, I'm Mike. I've never been to New Hampshire, Jason. No. I can't say I have. I do want to visit, Australia, where we go when we go all. Let's hang some writers. All right. New England. New Hampshire is nice. Conroe, Texas. Houston, Texas. So is Skinwalker Ranch. Scary like they say it is.
Yep.
Sorry. I don't know. Belgium. Where do we go? When we go all hello from Arkansas.
Norway.
New York. Big city of dreams. Susan Adams. Hull, Norway. Utah here. Yes, sir. Thanks for today's program. Thank you, Debbie, for tuning in. Alabama. North Cackalack. We got Oregon in the house. Cave City. Old Town, Florida. Texas in this war. Thank you for being here. What did I see? NE Northeast Ohio. Sitting at an ATM, I think. Northern in about a week. Thanks for all you do, fellas. Thank you for
watching.
Checking in. Yeah, watching, checking in, being here, commenting, taking the time. It's one thing to be here. It's another thing to chat. It's another thing to give it a thumbs up. There are several steps to your...
Glasgow, Scotland.
Missed most of the show. Pull that little bar all the way back to the beginning. I know it's not as fun. It's always better to catch it, live. Face from South Kakalaki. Working man, hang 'em high. Turtle Island. Scotland is great. Was Epstein just playing around about his death? We don't know.
Hard to say.
Either way, you'll probably never hear from him again. I made that statement. I said he is dead to us. He's dead to the world. If the deep state wanted him dead, or the white hats, one way or another, we got presented a body. We got presented a story, and typically, that's how it sticks once it comes out, folks. We're trying to change all that, but look at 9/11. The official narrative is the official narrative. All right, let me get that back.
Fort Myers, Florida. And yes, Scotland is great, Jay Crapper.
Jay Crapper. All right, hold on, there it is. All right, I was getting some glitch. Sorry, guys.
Hello, John Hook. Glad you made it.
Tips bus drivers. New Orleans Catholic Church filed for bankruptcy. I bet.
Ooh.
Will Hanks be announced dead today? Now, they already said that Trump was going to tweet, was like almost tweeted, or did he delete it that Hanks died? This is early on. Like a little bit of that pre-Nalo.
I thought they showed the actual clipping they're going to use in the paper for
Hanks.
Hanks
Yes,
ties. Yeah,
yes,
of course.
you came across
it's
that
said
too.
on the 4th. Yeah, it's on the 4th, but it wasn't the 4th when they put that out there. So anyway, yeah, we don't know. We really don't. And like those pictures they show you, they've got to be in some kind of a holding facility. You only have those kind of door frames and hotels or whatever. I mean, come on, they got a SKU number on the top. You know that, Mike. We've been in the military long enough to know, that if they have property, they got that SKU mark on there, and that's their property.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then I think his brother looks a lot like him too, doesn't he? His brother?
Tom Hanks?
Yeah, Tom Hanks' brother looks a lot like him.
I've never met Tom Hanks' brother. I didn't know he I mean, I ain't never even seen him. I meant not met, but like I've never seen him. I don't think. Maybe I have. Maybe I didn't know it was his brother. Is he an actor too? Or
no, no, he's not. But I guess he done certain fill-ins during these interviews.
okay.
He does look pretty close. But if you look, he's, it's like the neckline's different. Things like that.
Yeah, it's like
and here again
what's
too,
his
they
name?
can fudge the
Opie Cunningham or Opie Taylor, whatever. Opie Cunningham. It's Richie Cunningham and Opie Taylor.
Yeah.
Opie Taylor, Richie Cunningham. I'm saying Opie Cunningham. That was actually like Eddie Murphy years ago, a comedian or something. They got them mixed up, but his brother, he had a brother. I remember that. That dude's like totally opposite of Ron Howard. It's Ron Howard, right? Ron Howard. And then,
right. There you go. Yep.
His brother was always like a B movie actor, but Ron Howard would put him in a ton of his good movies. Like, Ron Howard did big movies, big budget, big backing. And he always gave his brother the, like in Apollo, the Apollo one with Tom Hanks and all them. His brother's working there at, Houston. He's got like the headset on. He's like, "This is Houston." There's a couple clip scenes of, hey, that's Ron Howard's brother there. He must have brought him on. His son, Chet Hanks, thinks he's hot stuff. Yeah, Chet is a punk that needs to wake up. Dude don't know much. I think he was a like ex-rapper or something. And he don't flow because he don't know.
Wow. I'm not a movie guy, so I don't watch movies, so.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to check the Chris Kumo for White House dishwasher.
That was too good there. I'm sorry. That was a really good one there.
Somebody wrote that. That was an SNL clip. There you go. You're right. The Opie, Ron Howard, Opie and Richie, good actor and filmmaker. Yeah. His son Chet, he's an actor. He also did part of Woody's voice in Toy Story. Okay.
Yeah.
His brother does voices and stuff. Probably be a little, extra for Tom in a movie. Need be, the stuntman.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Ruin his face. Mine's precious.
Yeah. Not anymore. Not anymore.
All right, we'll do it again soon,
Hanks.
brother.
All right,
Great
man.
show today.
Airborne, everybody. Pray, and keep that full armor of God on all the time. Airborne.
All right, brother. All right, we love it when Woodman's on. We love the oath of this morning. It was 2. We got up really early. We were planned for 9:30. We'll see. Maybe we'll pop something more off here. It's Monday. I woke up feeling just rejuvenated. What a great weekend I had. Family, friends, just good times. All right, I'm Mike. We'll see you back here real soon. Keep your eyes open today, folks. Look at all the articles you can. Tons of things are coming down. I will put that out right now. So look for some more videos coming throughout the day. Again, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. Make sure you're subscribed. Thanks to all the Patriots for being here. God bless each and every one of you.